All right, YouTube. This is your boy Ligo, one half of Enduro, and this is a video that I'm doing right here to uh point out something. And okay, I let me put something that that's conjecture. It's just that something's been going on, and talking to certain people, looking at certain news and the rumors and the support and everything. Excuse me, something's just not right here. It don't sit right. It don't sit right with me. Now, for full disclosure, like if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not gonna say it's a theory. So I would like you guys your thoughts in the comment section below, and see back and forth, see what's going on. Now, of course, this is about the NX. Now, we start from the get-go to now, because I've seen other people blaming Nintendo for that, for the news about the NX and everything else. So let's just take a little stroll back, talk about it, and then see where my theories coming from. I think I have two theories really, but I mean, again, you could add on to this too, just to make it a fun video. So last year, everybody was talking about, was ready to go for E3 after the E3 of 2014 was so good. Then they had an investor meeting that came out. And as shout outs to Jay Fleming for this, like I said, I shout out people who deserve the credit. It's weird that people jump into Nintendo's IR pages now, which is good. That's what I want them to do. That's what I'm doing. I'm not a hypocrite to say I don't want them, but jump into there and stuff. I wish they could do it for all companies, though. That's the part where it gets me. But now they get into investors meetings, trying to find all the latest juice and gossip on it. Now, most of the people who talk this stuff are the doom and gloom people. For some weird reason, I don't know why. They'd be like He-Man and say they got the power just because they find something that they want or whatever. But everybody was talking about the DNA contract that Nintendo signed. And rightfully so, they were telling the investors what's going on. And they talked about the DNA, it's a mobile company. They're gonna get a contract with us. We're gonna do certain things. Rightfully so. Then they were talking to the investors, not public. This was a private. This is if not in that regard, but it was a public held for the public, like gamers or whatever. That you have to be in one of the top elite investors to be on this board and stuff like that. And they say, hey, well, you know what? Don't worry about our home market console. We're still gonna make home consoles, because we have a ton of money. So we're working on this new platform called NX. Now that was what Iwata said, platform. Never said console or whatever. Even though he said we're not getting out of the home market console business. Now, I've learned something which is this: like sometimes people, I don't even learn. I know people hear what they want to hear. I got a video about that, 2 videos about that, because people still talk about my stuff and still, whatever. But everybody heard that news. All the big sites, IGN, GameSpot, whatever, ran with it. People were like, "Oh man, the NX is good," but I don't got to worry about the Wii U. The Wii U's dead. Whatever it is, what it is. So now, 2015 E3 happened, and they feel let down. And then with the media piling on, then a lot of Nintendo fans who are, I have to say, I've listened to another podcast, another YouTuber. I've asked him for one-on-ones, but he's not, he wanted to do one-on-one, and then he did not. Then I try to tell him, hey, let's do one-on-one. I will not argue with him. I'll respectfully do him just like I did like OJ, for instance. I would do the same thing, but I'll level ahead. I asked him because he put up some videos this week about I feel again, it's kind of like the Stancy Magic guy. I don't know why I feel it's like I do. If a company messes up, all right. I've talked about how Sony's doing certain things and Microsoft doing things. But if they don't want to learn to do nothing for it and they're listening to the crowd and stuff like that, then you know what? That's their mess up. They learn, they learn or they go irrelevant. So Microsoft ain't gonna hurt because they get enough money to do what they want. They just want to sell off the Xbox division. Nintendo got too much money to be just pushed aside anyway. And then if it does happen, me being how should I say? Me being selfish here for a moment, it doesn't bother me because I have enough games to play for my life for the rest of my life, really. But I still love new games, so I'm not that stupid. But it's like this thing that we are scared. I don't know how you say it. It's like I'm scared or something that we don't see Nintendo's faults and stuff like that. Their faults is they made good games. That's if that's a fault, then whatever. I don't care if they're not top of the crowd or the number one, whatever. I bought what I bought and I like it what I like. But that's just a thing to see to his video. But I digress. This is what killed me. So everybody wants to know about NX. Now we had people who made a controller from all the patterns, and people thought, and I love how Richard Vutic said this, like. Even he did a good damn trolling because everybody fell for that. No, nobody fell for that. Not everybody fell for that. I didn't fell for that. And I know a couple of people I know who didn't feel for that too. That's just not their thing. They're basically like me. We'll wait until Nintendo comes out. Now, people are blaming Nintendo because they're not correct. And I am gonna do a video about something that Nintendo does do that's bad, and they gotta fix it as well. But my thing is this. Nintendo did something privately. I'm so sorry. Privately. And people want to know about this thing for what apparent reason. Again, I got 63 now. I just bought a new game. I got 63 games for my Wii U, and I still got games to play. And I got tons for my DS. Like, what games are you guys playing? It makes me wonder if y'all taste is so whatever, but everybody is gathering and wanting that this NX thing so quickly. It's kind of sad. Actually, the same way with how should I say with the Scorpio and the PlayStation Neo, because people are saying, well, they give you specs and stuff like that. It's funny. They gave you specs, but they gave you a bunch. They gave you a bunch of hogwash, because I'm still seeing people still stating that Nintendo, still saying that the PlayStation, Xbox One, and blah blah, all these stuff, they're gonna give 4K gaming. Let me see something here. I'll stop this my video right here for a second and back off a little bit, because I want to show something. Hopefully I could open this in a new tab. Because I want to show something. I posted this on on Google Plus, and surprised nobody really. Some people do it, but I think they did it in the wrong way. So, is this right here? Excuse me. Just finished eating some food, so I apologize for that. And this is this right here. I wonder if sometimes people read the fine print of their graphics card, and I know the answer is no. And this is why I said most when you go to their website, you go to the video, you go to AMD, whatever, and check out what the graphics. They have like a fine print section stuff. Go ahead, check it out. One of the things they've said, and this is from the video one, I think it was number 4 for the AMD one. It says requires 4K display and will support 4K gaming in the will support 4K gaming in future content when supplied. Meaning, there's no 4K content when it comes to gaming. Blu-ray's there, streaming is there, but gaming is not there. That's what that means. Here's another thing that kills me about that. I talked about this on my what do you call it? Podcast, Moreno Talks, when I had PlayStation Inquisition. I was trying to prove a point with him and say certain things. I was saying the whole HDR thing that these guys be talking about. HDR gaming and everything like that. Let me take this away. So I use my old computer for this because I gave my mid-tier computer to my cousin when I went home for, when I went on my trip back home. And my powerful computer right now is, I didn't want to turn it on and blah, 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 because this was already on. So, oh, come on, really? You going to take this long? Thank you. Talk about Xbox One. This is Xbox. This is Microsoft. This is their stuff. You go there. They're talking about, and they're showing you how to get all the experience and what you need to get the 4K and the HDR stuff. And this is what I was trying to say. Now, if you look at this stuff, they said 4K gaming at the beginning in the synopsis, but when you get down into what you really need for the 4K and everything else, they're talking about Blu-ray and streaming. They ain't talking about that kind of, like I said, they ain't talking about 4K gaming. Because like I said many times, even on PC, as I just pointed out there, there's no 4K gaming. There's no 4K gaming out there because there's no game that was made 4K native. Not done. Not going to be done now. And if you want high dynamic range, and this is what I was trying to tell PlayStation Inquisition, because I was saying that there's a reason why they separated, because they know they're gonna get more thing. You need to have a TV that has the manufacturer has to have high dynamic range in the TV itself. Even if you have the source, you need something to still display it. Say it with the 4K TV. So this is, again, you can go to Xbox and go to their thing and read this if you want. It does not talk about, it talks about 4K in the beginning, but when it explains it out, it's talking about Blu-ray and online streaming. There's no content that's made in 4K. Now, are there content that has stuff in there? Yes, I've talked a bit before. They have games, like the Nintendo's doing it. And you know what? Now I have a confirmed from Atlas, thank you, that they did exactly what I thought it was. Square was doing it. They have 4K textures in Tokyo Mirage Session. You could do that. I won't be surprised. Tomb Raider, the Rise of Tomb Raider has 4K textures in there too, which is not bad. Nothing's wrong with that. But you don't have 4K. Let's not say we have a piece of this and then the whole thing is that. Come on, it's not. So let's cut that out. But that's what I'm trying to say when Eleven was saying about they'll be giving us forthright information. No, they haven't. They've used your naivete to. The 4K is the gimmick. But let's see what's going on with that. So, just wanted to point that out before I keep on going. So we have that. All right. So let's get back into my theory now. I was going to say. So my theory is this. It's weird. It's weird that I'm hearing a lot of people talking and reporting these companies, these third parties are so happy for the NX. Even though I don't have a definitive proof about this, but something feels weird. It's like you say NX now, and it's like, as you can see on the screen, like Popeye spinach is just happening. NX is spinach, it is giving third parties this courage to say, all right, let's go on, let's do this. Because it's weird. Some of these third parties barely makes a game or never made a game for a Nintendo console. Bethesda. Now you got 2K, and I'm like, what? Ubisoft. I already got a video came out already earlier this week talking about how Ubisoft been messing, how their support has been a joke. Same thing with one of us. Now it's weird how all these companies now are talking NX, and the funny part about it is it gets to the point where And I said this. I didn't get a video about this except for a while, just a second ago. But I have to stop it and show again. It's like it's weird that just to prove the truth, you gotta do something as crazy as this to even make it. All these companies are like my theory is this: like all these companies, mostly Western companies, like they want the pro quo to be like what's going on right now. They're looking for their benefits, which is a company who's supposed to do. So I'm not looking at negative about that in that regard. But I think the problem is they're looking for short-term girls and they don't want to look for the future. Because here's the thing that kills me is like, let me see if I can find it again. I mean, you have Sega. This I said. I said in an off-air chat when this thing happened that same day. I was like, yeah, I don't. They were like, you believe that? I'm like, hell no. Look at that NX on the thing. It's generic. That don't make no sense. It's generic. They're just putting it there for a reason. The only game that's confirmed for the NX is the Wii U. I mean, sorry, Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's it. Confirm. Like they know what that, because Nintendo know what the damn whatever the thing is, they can do it. Everybody saying Just Dance. Yeah, Ubisoft will put anything for Just Dance because they know Nintendo that game sells on Nintendo's console, so they don't care. It could have been Nintendo could redo GameCube and they'll put it on that. So I don't believe Ubisoft in that regard. But as you can see right here, Sega make their own, and it's like we're getting that desperate now to push this narrative of why is it feels weird to me. Like, why are these third parties who's like they said, the ones that don't support it in the first place, really talking this stuff? It don't makes no sense to me. Oh shoot, you know what? And I forgot. And you know what? And I have it on the screen right now. So it's okay. But then the one third party that I've talked to, this one I really talked to, and I see it. Did I took it off? Did I? I did. Dang nabbit. Okay, where was it? Where was? I apologize. Wait, it's a little bit faster, but these are games. These are, and I'll post this maybe tomorrow when I got time because I'm gonna go get some sleep. But these are games. This is the first half of games sold in Japan. All right. The thing is, like I said, I went to Square Enix Japan. I talked to those people. And then it's funny how I said that September, then later on and then 2 months later they said we're gonna start doing this, and like the news reports start coming up backing up what I said because I talked to people. That's the difference between me and other people. But these are from Famitsu. These are the sales of the games, all the top 50 games in Japan for the first half of the year. And if you look through most of it, majority of it is DS, Wii U, of course, the Vita. Again, I'm not against Vita. PS4, Vita. The dominant forces on this thing is 3DS and Vita. Vita. They got a couple PS4s, and they got Wii U's up there too. But it will be 3DS, Vita, PS4, Wii U. That's how it goes. And PlayStation 3 got a couple that got up there too. So it's mostly, like I said, Twilight Princess got up there. I mean, it's mostly 3DS is the dominant market in Japan. That's what it is. And Square is like, wow, we're Square Japan, not Square Europe. You know, Square Europe is the parent company. Square Japan's like, wow, wait a minute. 66% of the market is dominated by Nintendo's consoles, Wii U, and the 3DS. What are we doing? We're losing money by chasing after these other guys, and we're not making a good amount of money with overblown budget games. So we need to make a change, and that's why they're making a change. And look what's at the number one at the spot. Why you see them make a space? Oh, let me see. Dragon 3DS. Dragon Quest is up the top. And they got the next Dragon Quest coming out, and there's another. And there's another Dragon Quest Heroes too. My mistake. My mistake. They got next Dragon Quest. We're coming out with 8. I think Dragon Quest 8 is coming out, and Dragon Quest is selling on the Vita, which is a good thing too. I really wish people could give. Like I said, see, I'm not that much of a Nintendo fanboy as you'll say, but like I said, that don't bother me. But I wish people, like I said, I am gonna pick up a Vita. They got some good games on Vita and exclusive that I can only pick up on the pick up and buy. Gotta give it out to Uncharted for getting 167,000 sold. That's not doing that. So good in that setup. But anyway, it's like they see that happening. So Square Japan's like, okay, we gotta get our games back on a Nintendo console and stop messing up, because we're losing money for stupid stuff. It's just simple sense. But the thing that killed me is the theory feels to me like it's like Western third parties are saying, it's like, to me, feel like they're setting up Nintendo as this NX is this great console, and then if it's great, they're gonna say, well, we was with the NX all the time, and then if it falls apart, being that I don't think they know what it is, they'll be like, well, we can't make it on that system. That hardware is this and that, because we have people from Sony, and I talked this in the video. Like, this guy wants Sony to change to do a console. He's in the PR market. This was with Edge Magazine. He would not PR market. Sorry, my mistake. The developer market part of Sony that does projects like to develop the consoles and everything else and specs and stuff like that. He said in the Edge Magazine that I wish we could make a console every 2 years, so we'll keep up with the specs. That's right there. Makes is kind of a messed up state. So you want people, you know what? Gamers are into this mobile phone setup right now. It might work. It might not. It's not gonna work for me. Hey, if that happens, I buy out. I'll bow out of the gaming of buying games. $600 every year every 2 years for the phone, like some of you people do. That's not me. And I'm not gonna spend $300-400 every 2 years for a console. And most of the times, most people, unless it's like they're exclusive like Nintendo or whatever, they don't tap into the console until late. Now, third parties can't do that. They use the raw power to push the things that they have, but they don't compress, they don't check, they don't beta test it. They got game breaking bugs. There's all the stuff that's happening in 8th gen. It's pushed because they try to use power they use the computer power to push through instead of fixing their stuff and making the game optimized. That dirty little word, optimization. So it's like it's like these companies are setting up Nintendo to fall, in my opinion. Again, I could be wrong. This is just me thinking. You could say I'm blowing it out of my ass, and I could be. But it's like where are these companies coming out of the woodworks now? When most of y'all got the dev kit 2 years early for the Wii U, and then y'all barely say anything called Project Cafe. And then when it came out to the Wii U came out that 2012 E3, most of y'all walked out and say, shook hands. Oh, this is great. We love the console. We love the concept. We could do great things with this thing. And then y'all basically ran like the Wii U basically was a flood, like a tsunami, and y'all was like, oh shit, we gotta get the figure out of here. It's something just weird about that. It puzzles me. It puzzles me to no end. So that's my thing. I think it's like they're coming out of no place to set this up. And then if some people are saying, well, Nintendo fault because it was a private, like I said, mostly a private meeting to investors, people who got money invested. Y'all took it out. Y'all went into that, and every time Nintendo investor meeting, everybody's looking for every fine comb. Again, why don't you guys do the exact same thing for PlayStation and Xbox? You'll find some stuff in there I think you guys won't like, but nobody's bringing that up in their videos. Like I've seen people talk this crap. Like I legitimately, I have projects coming out next year. You get the basics of it, but nobody knows fully what it's all about. And the people who are following me and stuff through Facebook and everything else, I can't tell them exactly what a project is because I want people to enjoy it. Now, we've seen a lot of people do everything they want and take away, I don't get it. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop and re-say it better. I don't think it's Nintendo's fault, and I don't think they should say anything to anybody. It was a private meeting. I'm not gonna quelch nothing. You guys, rumors have been going crazy. By saying by opening my mouth, y'all gonna switch things around, as the good ship would say, move the goalposts and set up a next set of rumors. See, because I'm gonna do, this is the video I wanted to do. Now that this is a video I'm gonna coming up that I'm gonna do. I said I wanted to do a long time ago, and I'm gonna work on it because I have some of the clips ready to go. Which is the whole people don't understand. They do not understand what makes games. They think just power. It's more power, more visual. No, it's something fundamental that most of these guys who talk this mess, they do not. And listen to and after you listen to that video, you were like, you're right. They don't talk about that. They just talk about specs and power and this. They don't. There's something fundamental to make a game good, fundamental, and nobody talks about it. And I'm not talking about the usual word. I'm talking about the real reason why game is good or bad or fun or whatever. The whole 9 yards. The real beginning, and it don't matter the specs. It do to help it, but it's not. It doesn't make no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. But when that video comes out, I'll let y'all know. It's gonna be a little jovial and joke because I'm gonna take people. It's gonna be like a double subject video of about showing that, and also show people how easy people to contradict. Easy how they contradict their own stuff on their own videos. But again, that's like I said, that's kind of my theories. Like these companies are like setting up for it to be like, oh well, it's like if you were the baddest, like Nintendo's the baddest rapper. Like he's the baddest rapper out there, and they're like, oh man, you gotta check out this dude, Nintendo, man. His rhymes are hot, his beat is bombing, man. That thing is this. I'm sorry, that's bad slang. I'm not really that kind of person because I'm from a different country using literally, but okay, this guy's rhymes is hot. It's good, man. It's on blast, man. This thing is really good. Man, when that new album comes out, and that debut album comes out, everybody gonna like it. And all these guys like, oh man, I was cool with Nintendo all the time, man. Nintendo me go far back. I know Nintendo back, but in the NES days. And then when this NX thing comes up to full fruition and the CD drop, it's two things gonna happen. If it sells, if it's a popular thing, they're gonna be like, oh, man, I told you. See, I told. That's one of the reasons I said these guys are throwing so much stuff against the wall that eventually something will stick, and they're gonna be like, I told you that was the NX was. No, you did. You throw 99 shits on the wall, and one of them stick to. No, that's the messed up part. But they were like, so if it's good, they'll be like, and it's some popular, they're gonna be like, I told you. That's why I told you, man. I told me and Nintendo go far back, son. And if it bombs, they'll be like, man. I mean, they hyped us up, man. They talk about this stuff, which was there. But the funny part is, they're the hype man himself hyping this thing up, even though Nintendo have not hyped it up. That's the part that's weird about this situation. It just feels so funny. You're the one hyping them up, but then you blame them for hyping it up because they just mentioned it for 1 second in an investor meet in 2014, 15, and X. And y'all went freaking nuts. You know what? Whatever it is, like I said, I told many people before, and if you listen to our podcast before, I'm not buying one. I don't buy consoles like that day one, really. So people take you, please. My advice to y'all is to wait. But if there are people out, I've seen people say, I'm gonna buy this game, this console, if it is a console or whatever it is, day one. I ain't doing that. Not this fella right here. Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's going to my Wii U, son. If the NX is something whatever, then I'll double dip. I'm not afraid of double dipping, but the majority of the play of that game is going to be on my Wii U because that's what I played when I was in Japan, and I enjoyed it for that setup. But it's just weird. It is just weird how that setup is like all these people coming out and hyping up this thing, doing the job, but Nintendo has not spoken about it, and then y'all blame Nintendo. Well, everybody is talking about it. It's up to you to talk about it. No, I don't. No, because first place, we didn't send them to y'all. We said to some people, the people who matter, and y'all found out about it and think, and then I'm seeing how all y'all go crazy every time y'all make my controller so different. Hell, again, you had a guy who made a fake controller and everybody bought into it. You see people putting up NX logos and y'all buying into that too. So no matter what I say, damn if I do, damn if I don't, it's the best thing to do. And I congratulate Nintendo for this. Keep your mouth shut. Really. Unless it's time to promote it and you're going to go full promotion all the way, keep your mouth shut. Let them do what they want to do. If they think that we use that, let them think that we use that. Because it's funny too, there are people that are saying about it might not have this. The next console might not have backwards capability. Ooh, that's gonna piss a lot of people off who sold their Wii U's because they had a lot. I know a lot of guys who had a bunch of good games. How you gonna get that shit back? You know what? Technically speaking, I got 2 Wii U's right now. I'm gonna try to give me a third one, not because of that, because I just like having a backup console. Just like I gotta buy an Xbox, I gotta buy an next Dreamcast because God forbid that stopped working, and it's been what 16 years. Holy crap! I had that console. But seriously, people, I'm telling you, like I said, I might be crazy. Again, I might be crazy. Do you think these guys, these third parties, are setting Nintendo up or feeling the hype to be like, I'm riding the hype train when the train comes? But if they the closest smell like they did with the Wii U, they're gonna hop the hell off and say, man, that train is nothing. Something ain't right there. And that's why I say don't get hype about things. So it's just weird to see all these people coming out and how these companies themselves are making their own logos, and you got people fooling everybody with these own games and stuff like that. People nowadays don't want to enjoy their games. They don't. So with that said, I mean, for real, tell me what you guys think of the bottom. Tell me what you section. If you say I'm full of shit, I'm full of shit. I got this is a theory. This is not really full conjecture. I'm just taking stuff that I've done and used and everything. So it's not like I've like I said, it's just a theory. It's just weird that all these things are happening now. It's just, and all these people coming out patting each other, I mean, they're breaking their arms and trying to see if they're double jointed just to pat themselves on the back just to say, yeah, man, I was with Nintendo from the get-go for this thing. These third parties, something's not right. Because most of those guys never made a game for the console for Nintendo ever, one, and two, never made that much money to make a difference anywhere where they set themselves. So it's weird. It's totally weird. Something is not right. Something is weird about this. But again, what you guys' theory on it? Maybe I'll do a podcast about this later on, seeing that you guys talk about it. So with that said, this is your boy Ligo, one half of Enduro. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. It's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply play your games. What the console is, just enjoy them, people. Like I said, I'm enjoying a couple of games right now. And right now I'm going to go enjoy a 3DS game because I'm going to go get some sleep and get ready to go run my company tonight. So peace out, enjoy, and I'm glad to see what you guys put in the comment section. Thanks.